CEO running from Create a Difference. We're gonna do a ball review. TruBallReviews.com. Dustin Zahner is throwing our official control ball, which is the IQ Tour from Storm. And we're gonna do some evaluation today. We're actually going to evaluate the Storm PARALLAX, brand new high performance ball from Storm. We're gonna see how that ball compares to the IQ Tour at 2000 grit TruCut. We have a fresh Kegel Element Series chromium pattern out here. And this is gonna give us the ability to really see what's going on with this ball, as well as see kind of how it compares. Because at the end of the day, we wanna be able to know if a PARALLAX should fit in your bag. Or maybe you don't get the PARALLAX, you get another bowling ball. So if you have an IQ Tour, you'll be able to do a comparison because whatever your IQ Tour does in your home environment relative to the PARALLAX, you'll be able to see similar type ball motion. So if there's the PARALLAX goes longer and is more back end in our video and you've got an IQ Tour, then you should kind of expect to see that same kind of thing for you. So Dustin has thrown the IQ Tour twice. He's going to throw the PARALLAX here twice, and he's playing right around that third arrow. We're also using clutch bowling technology to help us see what's going on. Those are really close shots. And that ball definitely creates some more back end. We also are using Specto. We got some Specto data that we can actually focus on too. It's going to tell us some things about the bowling balls, tell us a little bit about the break point. It's going to tell us about the total hook. It's going to tell us about the entry angle and the entry board. So we're able to see that. You can see that PARALLAX actually had a higher entry angle. That's the top one that you're looking at, and a more hook. Anyway, Dustin's going to go ahead and move right. Going to go more toward that second arrow now, and we're going to have him throw a couple more shots over there and just kind of see. That allows us to see kind of how the pattern is a little bit different. And as you move right, you would expect to see a little more hook. And it appears that Dustin got a little more hook there. And now he's going to throw the PARALLAX there too. There's a little bit more friction to the right, so this gives us a little better idea of how the ball will respond to friction. And we're comparing here, we're really most focused on how the two balls roll relative to each other. That's the most important thing here. Do they go longer? Does it go longer? Does it hook earlier? Does it hook more? Hook less? Traction motion, angular motion. Ooh, so we got 2 strikes with the PARALLAX, Dustin, when you played out, and when you did third arrow. So now you're gonna move in?
Yep, fourth.
So now you're gonna go to fourth arrow, and you can see that IQ Tour is at TruCut 2000 grit sanded, so it is definitely a much more aggressive surface because the PARALLAX is finished at 1500 grit polish, which is gonna scan at about 5,000 grit. He's moving into fourth arrow. IQ Tour gets a nice flush strike. And that ball was as you would expect, in a little more oil, that ball is good. Now, here's the real question. With the PARALLAX, is the PARALLAX gonna get into this fourth arrow? Dustin, you think it's gonna strike?
I think it is.
Nah, you like it. He's liking it. He's liking it. So he's got to repeat the shot. He's got to throw a good shot here. But assuming he does that, we're going to get a good comparison between the PARALLAX and the IQ Tour. Pretty good pitch. Pretty good pitch. So it did strike. Now, a little bit lighter, but definitely struck. So that's pretty sweet. The ball struck from all 3 locations. Now we're going to do something cool. We're going to go ahead and cut the lights off. So we're going to leverage that clutch bowling technology and let you really see what's going on. Dustin's going to get the IQ Tour again at 2000 grit. He's going to throw it in the dark. We're going to watch and see kind of what type of ball motion he gets.
Now we're going back to third arrow.
And he's going back to third arrow. So we're going to see what happens with the IQ Tour first, and then we will go back to the PARALLAX. So let's see. IQ Tour, third arrow, 10 back. Got a little cool little clutch graphic going on there too. So now we're going to see if the PARALLAX, so far the PARALLAX is looking like it's striking a lot. Like, I'm a little impressed right here, Dustin.
Yeah, it looks good.
This is kind of impressive. So we'll see if it's still got that staying power. Third arrow. And I'll give you a little information about the shots too, using Spectra. Those shots are good. Definitely stronger. Wow. So, looking at some of the data, I mean, basically what I'm seeing here is it's saying that PARALLAX is a more aggressive back-ending ball. It's got more total hook, and you're seeing that, right? You're seeing that. Now, this ought to be interesting because Dustin now is going to change balls. We actually have a IQ Tour at 5,000 grit TruCut, so we're going to be able to get a little closer comparison, right? Because now the finishes are a lot closer to each other. So this ought to be good to see what the ball does. That's a similar shot, and the ball washes out. So PARALLAX is definitely a much stronger piece. If the IQ Tour and the PARALLAX had similar finishes, the PARALLAX is definitely a much stronger piece. So, man, that gives you some really good information quickly on how the PARALLAX compares to the IQ Tour. So, make sure you like and subscribe this video. Make sure you can buy a PARALLAX if you want at bowlingforless.com. And keep watching these True Ball Reviews if you like them. We're showing you some cool things, letting you be able to see the ball motion of the newest, latest, and greatest bowling balls. If you have more questions, need more information, you can always check us out at ctdbowling.com. Ronald Nicklin, CEO from Creating the Difference. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And check out one of the other videos on the screen for more information. Thanks for joining us.